that'll be 3 on Duncan.
When the shot was missed for San Antonio, McDyess really works hard to get away from the block out by Nowitzki, stay after the ball, and then a nice little shuffle pass into Duncan, who quickly gets it out of his hands.
So here's Jason Terry, and you talked about the fractured orbital bone in his left eye back in March. And he missed some games, and he was 4th in the league amongst the non-starters in scoring this year.
And coming into the series, he had said he was going to wear the plastic face mask, and he came out in game 1 without it. He's not wearing it again tonight. And certainly one of the guys that has to be right at the top of the list when you talk about 6 men, guys coming off the bench to provide that spark. He's one. Jamal Crawford had a great year for Atlanta, coming off the bench, giving them that spark they needed.
Terry is in 11th year out of the University of Arizona. Started his career with the Atlanta Hawks. It's a 12-point lead for the Spurs, who have led all the way. Terry with 19, and the only player in double figures for Dallas tonight. Duncan going behind Jefferson, but Hill was there, and Duncan hits the shot. So Tim Duncan starting to come alive offensively here in the third quarter, has 6 of his 14 points here.
How about that? Good fortune for San Antonio. Duncan tries to throw the pass to Jefferson, who was already sliced into the basket, so it just winds up in the next teammate's hand.
Nowitzki turning around over Ginobili, hits. So Dirk Nowitzki now with his 4th field goal of the game. And it's a 12-point lead again. Single coverage, Dampier on Duncan, and Dampier commits the foul. Will send Duncan to the line, where he is 2 for 5.
And what Duncan did is he changed his timing on the shot that time. Normally when he takes that last bounce, he turns to the right shoulder and shoots it. That time he turned, watch the hesitation, there it is, gets him up in the air, body contact, then shoots it.
Here's a look at the upcoming national TV schedule as Duncan takes his shots. Tomorrow, NBA TV, 9:30 p.m., Game 3. And then ESPN on Friday has a doubleheader, both Game 3 starting at 7 o'clock, and Sunday, ABC. And that'll be Game 4 of the first round, 12:30 Eastern for that game.
Right now, San Antonio holding a 12-point lead as Duncan shoots this next shot. They are just 8 of 16 from the free throw line. Now they are 9 of 17 from the free throw line, missing 8. But how about Dallas? Still down 13 points. They have made 15 out of 16 free throw attempts. If they weren't shooting well from the foul line, Carlisle was right. They'd really be down big.
Here is Marion with a runner, and it doesn't go. You know, in game number 1, Dallas went to the line a lot, but the Spurs were outstanding, over 80% shooting from the free throw stripe. But you want to go to the line a lot, obviously. Ginobili will shoot over Marion and hits the 3. Manu Ginobili with his second 3-point field goal and a quick timeout called by Rick Carlisle. And the lead is 16, matches the biggest lead of the game for the San Antonio Spurs. They have not let down in the third.
Been about a month and a half ride for Manu Ginobili, but he's not done with it yet.
Airlines Center have tied their biggest lead of the night at 16 points, and the Spurs care about the community. Recently, Spurs head coach Greg Popovich and rookie DeJuan Blair hosted a special Spurs Youth Basketball League clinic to help youngsters get NBA fit. The pair worked with the group on basketball fundamentals and discussed the importance of regular exercise and eating a healthy, balanced diet. The NBA, where caring happens. Dick?
All right, Marty, thank you very much. You know, a big factor in the lead for the Spurs, and Greg Popovich said we turned it over too much. In fact, Duncan had 6 turnovers, Ginobili 5, 17 in all. So far tonight, the team has only 4 turnovers.
When you're shooting almost 54%, you're giving yourself an opportunity to obviously, put points on the scoreboard. You have to value the basketball. That's what they've done this game.
DeJuan Blair has come into the game, and a field goal for Caron Butler. Butler now in double figures with 11 points. He is the third Maverick to get into double figures, led by Jason Terry with 19. So it's Parker out there with Blair, Ginobili, McDyess, and Jefferson. Ginobili, who has hit 2 threes, misses there. Butler driving around Jefferson, reverse layup. Nicely done by Caron Butler. What an addition he has been to this team.
You know, you see the block take place there on Jason Kidd, but going back to Butler in game number 1, Dick, he took 19 field goal attempts to come up with those 22 points. And here tonight again, he's got 13 field goal attempts already. Nice little baseline move up on the other side, avoid the shot block, winds up getting an easy one.
After that Valentine's Day trade that brought Butler, along with Brendan Haywood, Deshaun Stevenson aboard, they won 13 in a row after losing their first game, finished 23-7 thanks to that deal. Close to 5 minutes to go in the third. Jefferson inside Blair. Good defense by Nowitzki, out of bounds. Last touch by Dallas, and you'll notice Eduardo Najera, who was the first man off the bench for the Mavs tonight, is in there now.
As effective as Blair had been during the regular season, you see the difference in the playoffs when the size of Dallas really affects him now. 4 field goal attempts, he hasn't scored yet.
And the inexperience, of course. He's a rookie in his first playoff. Here's Ginobili. Kidd trying to tie him up and does so. Jason Kidd ties up Manu Ginobili. No easy task.
Jason Kidd, one of the best guard defenders, particularly with big, strong guards. He's not afraid to stick his nose in there. Manu puts that ball down. Jason gets the quick hands in to tie him up.
Spurs led by 4 after the first quarter, and Blair is going to go out of the game, and Tim Duncan has replaced him. And there's Brendan Haywood replacing Najera with just under 5 to go in this third quarter. San Antonio trying to even the best of 7 at 1 apiece. Last year they went down in 5 to these Mavericks. Going for the steal was Kidd, didn't get it, and Ginobili made him pay. Manu Ginobili now with 17 with his third three-pointer.
What great confidence he has in himself. Player goes for a steal, misses. Normally most guys would drive it to the basket, make it a shorter jump shot. Not Manu, pulling up and shooting the 3.
Nowitzki, single coverage by McDyess. And we're not seeing Dallas off the offensive glass nearly as effective tonight as they were Sunday. And here is Duncan, long rebound, batted out by McDyess to Parker. Spurs have 12 offensive rebounds, so they're doing to Dallas what Dallas did to them in the first game. Parker, tough shot over Haywood. And here's a fast break opportunity with Terry. And what a play by Ginobili as he got a piece of that shot by Terry. And a foul is called. And that will go against Caron Butler.
So Kidd got his hands in on Ginobili to tie him up. This time Ginobili with the strip right there as Terry's about to raise up and shoot that jump shot.
And Ginobili will go to the line. You know, Mike, we talk about key off-season moves made by teams to try to enhance their bid to advance in the playoffs. Ginobili hits the first.
All these moves were made to try and strengthen the team. You know, Lakers picking up Artest, and obviously the Mavericks just by signing Kidd and bringing him back. Shaq goes to Cleveland. All those things. Well, what San Antonio envisioned by bringing Jefferson was that next piece to the playoff puzzle. When you look at the box score right now, Jefferson 17, Duncan 15, Ginobili 19, Parker 14. 4 guys, double figures. Those are the ones that are supposed to carry this team.
17-point lead is the largest of the night for San Antonio. Here's Nowitzki, tough fall-away shot. And a lot of those went down in game number 1. They're not going down now. 4 for 15 from the field for Dirk Nowitzki. Here's a great pass from Duncan to Jefferson, and he'll go to the line.
Well, they may wind up either calling a flagrant on this. If he hit him on the back of the head in the throwing motion where he carried him towards the ground, they may give it to him.
You're absolutely right on that.
Watch the follow-through on the foul now as it takes place.
And it was Haywood. So it's a technical called against Brendan Haywood. And Ginobili on the line. Mike Callahan, who made the